Airlines have been quietly changing the rules again. And if you've flown recently, you might have noticed something feels different. Carry-on policies aren't what they used to be. From hidden size restrictions to brand new security rules, 2025 is already full of surprises. And most travelers have no idea what's really happening behind the check-in desk. In this video, we're revealing 10 new carry-on rules airlines don't want you to know. Because the more you know, the less you'll pay, and the smoother your next flight will be. You might have noticed your bag doesn't seem to fit under the seat anymore. That's not your imagination, it's by design. In 2025, several major airlines quietly reduced their personal item dimensions by an inch or two. Doesn't sound like much, right? But that tiny change means your favorite backpack might suddenly not qualify. The trick is to bring a soft-sided bag that can compress under the seat. Rigid bags are being flagged more than ever, and gate agents are trained to spot them. Pack heavier items in your personal bag instead of your carry-on, because airlines rarely weigh personal items. Next, let's talk about something travelers are starting to notice: the silent weight rule. More airlines are enforcing strict carry-on weight limits, especially on budget and international flights. In some cases, they're using digital scales hidden at the gate. Your best move is to use a small handheld luggage scale before you even leave home. Keep heavier items, like chargers or small gadgets, in your coat pockets when boarding. Those aren't counted toward your carry-on weight. Another new change in 2025 is what's being called the security squeeze. Airport security is now paying closer attention to power banks and electronics in carry-on bags. Some airports require you to show the capacity printed on your power bank. Anything above 27,000 milliamp hours can be confiscated. Always check the number printed on your battery pack before your trip. And here's a change that's catching a lot of travelers off guard. Certain airlines are no longer allowing duty-free liquids to connect through multiple flights. So if you buy perfume or liquor on your first leg, and you have another flight to catch, airport security at your next stop might take it away. To avoid this, only buy duty-free at your final departure airport. Another little-known change: more airlines are quietly updating their overhead bin policies. Some now require passengers seated in the back of the plane to place carry-ons beneath the seat to speed up boarding. If you're seated in a rear zone, consider paying for priority boarding. It's often cheaper than paying for a checked bag after being told your carry-on won't fit. This next rule is sneaky, and it's costing travelers money every day. Airlines are using new carry-on sizers at the gate that include metal bars instead of boxes. If your wheels or handles extend even slightly past those bars, you're automatically charged a gate check fee. To avoid this, retract your handles completely and tilt your bag when sliding it in. A slight angle can make all the difference. Here's a 2025 update most people haven't heard yet. Liquids and gels may soon be exempt from the old 100 milliliter rule, but only in airports that have upgraded scanners. That means if your flight starts at an airport with new tech, you're fine. But if your connection is through an older airport, you're still subject to the old rules. Until all airports upgrade, pack as if the rule still applies. Now, let's talk about hidden measurements. Some airlines measure the total size of your bag, meaning the handles and wheels count. This wasn't always enforced before, but it's becoming standard. Always double-check the airline's website. If your carry-on is even 1 inch too big, they can make you check it, especially on smaller aircraft. And here's something you might not expect. Some airlines now classify certain tote bags and small duffels as specialty items. If you carry a camera bag, garment bag, or a travel instrument case, they can count it as your personal item. Combine wisely. Use a single flexible bag that doubles for everything. Another 2025 update that's quietly rolling out is the tech audit. Security agents are starting to ask travelers to turn on devices at random. If your phone, laptop, or tablet won't power up, it can be held or even denied travel. Always keep a little charge in every device, even if you don't plan to use it. And let's talk about smart luggage. Those with built-in batteries have new rules. You must be able to remove the battery easily. If you can't, it can't fly in the cabin or cargo hold. Before your trip, make sure your smart suitcase has a detachable battery pack. Another thing changing this year is cabin liquid enforcement, even though new scanners are coming. Some airlines are trialing stricter enforcement of toiletries like aerosols, sprays, and gels. Keep them in clear, resealable bags. You might even be asked to separate them by category during screening. Here's a secret the airlines won't say out loud. In 2025, they're cutting down on overhead space by reducing the number of bins per passenger row. This means flights fill up faster, and late boarders lose storage space. The best strategy? Board early, keep your essentials in your underseat bag, and be ready to adapt. Another rule that's confusing travelers is the consolidation policy. If your carry-on and personal item look too similar in size, gate agents can ask you to combine them. A simple fix is to make your personal item look distinctly smaller. A slim tote or messenger bag works best. Now, let's talk about hidden fees. Airlines are introducing what they call carry-on optimization charges. In plain English, it means if your bag doesn't fit exactly in their sizer. They charge you a penalty fee even if it goes overhead just fine. Always measure your luggage at home and print the size rules from the airline's website to show at the gate if needed. Another big 2025 change. Liquids in carry-ons must now be clearly labeled. Unlabeled containers, even travel-size ones, can be confiscated. Don't use blank bottles. Make sure each one has the printed label visible. Let's talk about a new trend, digital bag tags. Some airlines are starting to require you to register your carry-on with an electronic ID. It's mostly being tested on international routes, but it's spreading fast. Download the Airline app before you fly, so you're not caught off guard at check-in. Another thing most travelers don't realize, some airlines are adjusting their seat under clearance height. That means bags that used to slide under might now be too tall. If you travel often, consider a low-profile personal item that can flatten out. Now, one of the most frustrating rules, the random gate check. Even when your bag meets all the requirements, you can still be forced to gate check if the plane is full. The best defense is to board early and be polite to the gate crew. They often decide who gets to keep their bag with them. A change few people have noticed involves health and safety protocols. Some airlines are asking travelers to avoid packing hand sanitizers in spray bottles due to misting issues in pressurized cabins. Stick to pump bottles instead. Here's something new with international flights. Carry-on allowances can change between countries on the same ticket. A domestic US leg might allow one bag and a personal item, while the overseas leg allows only one total. Always check every segment's policy. Don't assume it's consistent. Another subtle rule involves clothing. Oversized jackets, travel vests, or bulky scarves that clearly hold items can now count as a third item. Keep your pockets reasonable and avoid stuffing them with tech gear. And now for a safety update that surprises even frequent flyers. Certain airports have started flagging carry-ons with too many battery-powered items, like electric toothbrushes, razors, and heated travel mugs. Keep all battery devices together in one small pouch for easy inspection. You might also notice airlines are quietly discouraging passengers from using overhead bins for coats and hats. They want every inch of space for bags. Keep outerwear on your lap or beneath the seat. A new pilot program in 2025 also limits how many passengers can store items in the front row overhead compartments. These are now sometimes reserved for flight crew and premium seats. If you're flying basic economy, double-check your seat row before boarding. Here's something that could save you serious time. Security lanes are beginning to add automated scanning belts for carry-ons, and they're faster but less forgiving. If your bag holds odd-shaped items, the system can automatically flag it for manual inspection. Pack flat, organized layers to glide through faster. More airlines are introducing biometric scanning at the gate. That means facial recognition could eventually replace boarding passes. While this doesn't affect your carry-on directly, it does mean your boarding process will be timed and monitored. Always keep your bag ready to lift quickly when called. Now for something that may surprise you, airlines are tracking passenger boarding speeds. If you board slowly or block aisles with heavy carry-ons, they mark it in internal reports. Frequent offenders can lose early boarding privileges. Be efficient, and crew will remember you. And here's one last major change. Carry-on price packages are shifting. Some airlines now sell no overhead access fares, where your bag must go under the seat even if bins are empty. It's a way to upsell overhead access as a premium perk. Always read the fine print before booking. So let's quickly recap. The carry-on game in 2025 has changed. Airlines are shrinking bag sizes, weighing luggage more often, and hiding new rules behind fancy names. Security is stricter with batteries, liquids, and smart luggage. And convenience now costs extra. But if you stay organized, polite, and informed, you'll always be one step ahead. The more you know, the smoother your trip, and the more money stays in your pocket. Safe travels, and remember, knowledge is the best carry-on you can bring aboard.